zibhala maduzane nje. Sinothisha abanethulela izifundo zika-grade 12 zonke izinsuku kusukela ngoMsombuluko kuze kube yiSonto. Zithokozeleni lezi zifundo, nisithumelele imibuzo lapho nidinga khona usizo.
Good afternoon, economics learners. I am so happy to be with you today. Today's topic is tourism. And tourism, remember, is under the main topic of contemporary economic issues, that is paper 2. The concept tourism originates from the concept tour. What is a tour? Is a journey for pleasure, enjoyment, in which several different places are visited. Nje bafunde ukuvakasha esizofunda ngakho. Akekho kumuntu ongakasavakashi. Akekho nje umuntu ongakuthanda ukuvakasha. Bancane ke uma bekhona abantu abangathi abakuthanda ukuvakasha. Kumnandi nje, kuhle ukuvakasha, kuhle. Kuyomele nje nathi bafundi masesibadala sesisebenza sijwayele nje ukuvakasha. Yini kumnandi ukuvakasha? We enjoy ourselves. We make friends, to know different places, to relieve stress esinaso, because isikhathi esiphila kusona is very challenging negatively kubantu abancane nje nabadala. Yingakho ke bafundi kubalulekile ukuvakasha. Also, this topic will be very easy kinina because i-topic ikhuluma ngento esiyenzayo ukuvakasha. Very interesting topic, and okuningi uzobona yinto ebesiyenza vele kukuthi we were not aware ukuthi this is a tourism. How do we describe tourism in economics? Tourism is described as the activities of people traveling to and staying in places outside their usual environment for no more than 1 year, for leisure, business, and other purposes. Let me repeat. Tourism refers to the activities of people traveling to and staying in places outside their usual environment for no more than 1 year, for leisure, business, and other purposes. That is tourism. And a tourist is an individual, humans traveling to various places. We use the concept tourist, referring to people or to individuals who are traveling to various places of the world. Remember, when traveling, there is no compensation, no income which is paid to the person traveling, or if a person reaches the travel destination. If there is income which an individual will earn, that is not regarded as part of tourism. Akuna income ozoyithola, but instead you are going to spend the income when traveling. Apart from the description of the concept tourism, there are concepts ayithinta kakhulu tourism. It is important for these tourism concepts ukuthi siwazi bafundi, because these concepts are part of Section A and Section B. Ukuze kuzositholela mamaki, imaphi ke, what are these concepts? 1, an inbound tourist. An inbound tourist is a tourist from other countries who stay for more than 1 day. Tourists from other countries, we also use the term foreign tourist, who stay for more than 1 day. 2, outbound tourist. These are South African citizens traveling abroad. South Africans visiting or traveling abroad. We use the concept outbound tourist. Concept number 3, a domestic tourist. These are South African citizens traveling within the borders of South Africa, meaning South Africans are traveling within izwe lethu, of which it is also important ukuthi sikwenze lokho. Asazi izwe lethu kuqala before visiting other places of the world. The other concept is international tourist. Or foreigner tourist. It refers to the tourism that crosses borders. Visits a foreign country as a destination. Then we use the concept foreign or international tourist. It is tourism that crosses borders. The other concept is tourist in transit or transit tourist. It refers to tourists traveling through South Africa using air, road, rail, and sea transport to get to another destination. Asiwazi-ke lama concepts bafundi, sizokwazi ukuthola amamaki. An activity is seen as tourism if it fits with the following criteria. That is when we measure tourism. 1, there is a purpose. There should be a purpose for the visit and activity. 2, no remuneration should be earned. 3, the minimum length of stay is 1 night. Very important. The maximum stay is 1 year. Also important. The maximum length of stay is 1 year, meaning it should not exceed 1 year. Kusho ukuthi ke mawuvakashile lala, the minimum length of stay is 1 night and the maximum length of stay is 1 year. The traveling distance should be more than 160 kilometers. Uhambo nje lwakho alweqe kubani na ku 160 kilometers. That is very important. These are criteria which are used to measure tourism. Then let us continue to the types of tourism. Nawo abalulekile ayavela ku section A yaphinda vele na section B. Types of tourism. 1, leisure and recreation tourism. These are tourists come to South Africa on holiday, to play sport, to visit friends, and to see the tourist attractions. 2, cultural tourism. These are tourists which come to visit museums and art galleries. An example of Robben Island and the Apartheid Museum. Nje abantu abayithandayo iculture bayathanda ke ukuvakashela lezi ndawo. Cultural tourism. 3, ecotourism. These are tourists visiting undisturbed natural areas in a country. Visiting undisturbed natural areas. Examples of these undisturbed natural areas in our country. We have Richterveld Cultural and Botanical Landscape, the Cape Floral Region, protected areas, and the Kruger National Park. bathanda kakhulu nje i-nature. Bayathanda ukuzivisitha lezi ndawo ezikhombisa nje ubuhle be-nature. The other concept is, sorry, not the concept, type of tourism, business and professional. These are tourists visiting who visit is not the concept, sorry, types of tourism. Sorry for that. These are tourists visiting various places for business meetings and business conferences. The other type of tourism is sports tourism. These are tourists visiting la kunemidlalo nje khona. Bayathanda kakhulu into ethinta nje isport. Ma kunesport nje, they are there to enjoy themselves. Remember last year, sibe Rugby World Cup. And sajabula kakhulu as South Africans because sawina igcineni nje. I-cup ila, i-cup nje ila eMzansi. Abantu abathanda rugby, they went to Russia for a World Cup. They don't mind even ukuspenda nje because they enjoy sport leso. That is sports tourism. Activities nje athinta isport. They are there enjoying themselves. The other type of tourism is religious tourism. This is tourism whereby religious activities are taking place. Mostly, uma kuyiphasika, Good Friday, various churches ayahamba to worship or for religious activities. I-example nje, sino shembe. Uyuhambe ngoJanuary uye lapha entabeni for religious activities. Nje namanye ama-religions esinawo nje umhlaba wonke baba nendawo nje abayivakashelayo to worship and enjoy themselves. So that type of tourism is religious tourism. The other type of tourism is adventure tourism. This type of tourism, it is whereby tourists visit areas with a certain degree of risk. They travel to these places which are risky and also dangerous. Kodwa ke bayayithanda. And these places also require specialized skills and physical exertion. Bayathanda-ke kodwa ukuyivakashela nje, bazithanda kakhulu. An example of quad biking, scuba diving, mountain climbers, kungena nje konke lokho under adventure or naked tourism. Ziyasabeka lezi ndawo, kodwa futhi bona ave beyi-enjoya to visit. The last type of tourism we have other. Other involving tourism uhambe nje for studies, uyofunda ezweni thizeni, maybe for 4 years, for 3 years and so forth. Khumbule South Africa sinabantwana bethu abase-Cuba abafundela nje ukuba wodokotela. And also for medical reasons, bayahamba abantu who are not well healthy, bevakasha ukuyofuna nje usizo lwezempilo. Sike sizwe nje abantu aba-prominent in our country kuthiwe usezweni thizeni for medical reasons ezokwazi ukuthi aphile. Kungenaphi-ke lokhu kokubili ku-other, for studies or for medical reasons. These are types of tourism which are important for abafundi to know. Number 3, let us look at the documents which are also part of tourism. 1, it is a passport. Cha ngeke ke waphuma nje in your own country without this document. Asiye lapha ka Home Affairs, si-applyele bese ke siyayithola. What is a passport? It is a document allowing a person to enter or to leave a country. A document which allows a person to enter or to leave a country. A passport. Iyafuneka impela uma ngabe sivakasha, ikakhulukazi sesiphumile in our borders. Sesikrosile iborder, saphuma eSouth Africa, asibe nani ke esandleni ne-passport is important. 2, i-visa. I-visa is also an endorsement document because it allows a person to be in a country for a specific reason and for a specific time. Is an approval ukuthi ke ungaba kulelo zwe, but it specifies a reason uyeleni lapho, and also specifying time. Uzohlala isikhathi esingakanani. So a visa is a document with an endorsement which allows a person to be in a country for a specific reason and for a specific time. The other document, it is a Univisa. Univisa is a document acceptable in all SADC countries. Wonke lama countries forming SADC asebenzisa the common visa, which is known as a Univisa. Sidlule bafundi, we also have organizations promoting tourism. Nawo abalulekile ukuthi siwazi singabafundi. We have the World Travel and Tourism Council, WTTC, World Travel and Tourism Council, is a global organization which promotes tourism. Global organization which promotes tourism. Then in South Africa we have the National Department of Tourism, which drives and directs the tourism policy at a national level. We also have in South Africa the Department of Environmental Affairs and Tourism, abbreviated as DEAT. Also, the department which is also directing tourism ezweni lethu. Abalulekile nawo because asiza kakhulu lama organizations in promoting tourism. Siphinde futhi sibe namanye ama organizations which are marketing tourism in South Africa. Previously, we had short left. And it was designed to promote tourism, particularly young people, to encourage them to travel. Short left. Asisenayeke manje. Short left is now replaced by Via Mzansi. A new marketing campaign which also promotes domestic tourism. Remember, it is important ukuthi silazi izwe lethu. Sazi futhi ukuthi kuphi la kukuhle khona esingavakashela khona ukuze sizokwazi ukuthi sizijabulise. Siqhubeke bafundi. There are enterprises that are dependent on tourism. Enterprises enza imali nge-tourism. But masibuka this year, due to COVID-19 pandemic, these enterprises, most of them were negatively affected. Why? Sike sangavunyelwa phela ukuvakasha, remember. The government trying to fight to reduce pandemic COVID-19. Many of these enterprises did not make the profit and were severely affected. Amanye awo, remember, they did not open yize sesiku level 1. Ukuvele nje kwaphela ngawo because of le period engasebenzi eyenze ukuthi ashayeke kakhulu. They even retrenched ama-workers. Asemakhaya nje ama-workers awasasebenzi, of which kubuhlungu kakhulu lokho. Yimaphi-ke lama enterprises? We have hotels, guest houses, as well as recreational facilities. We have retailers selling traveling accessories. We have hotel schools, as well as tourism educational programs. Tour guide, travel agents, as well as information centers. We also have car hire businesses, taxis, buses, and trains. Asebenza kakhulu as part of tourism. Siqhubeke bafundi. Siya kuphi? Reasons for the growth of tourism. Bayayithanda ke le question ku section B, as well as lapha ya ku additional part wakho ku section C. Reasons for the growth of tourism. The rapid growth in the tourism industry has resulted in a steady change in the standard of living as well as people's lifestyles. Tourism is much more evident in developed than developing countries, although tourism is increasing faster in developing countries like South Africa. Local tourism, domestic tourism is booming since South Africa is becoming more attractive as a tourist destination. Kumele sikushayele ihlombe lokho bafundi. South Africa nje is more attractive and is now known as a tourist destination because of tourist attractions amaningi in South Africa. Yimaphi-ke lama tourist attractions or tourist sites esinawo? By the way, tourist attractions are most interesting places in a country. Are places of interest whereby tourists bavakashela khona kakhulu. In South Africa, mabili which are important, remember. We have the World Heritage Sites which are man-made. Examples, Sinema Pupungwe, eLimpopo, Mapungubwe eLimpopo. Sine Fredefort Dome laphaya eFree State nase Northwest. Sinama Sterkfontein Caves. Sterkfontein Caves, Robben Island, and the Richterveld Cultural and Botanical Landscape. Hayi ama-tourist ke uzowafica lapho ke ezobuka nje ubuhle, ezobuka nje and enjoy themselves. Siphinde sibe ne-environmental World Heritage sites, which are the gifts of nature, are created by nature. They deserve special attention and protection because asikwazi ukuwenza. What are the examples of environmental World Heritage Sites? 1, Isimangaliso Wetland Park. 2, Cape Fynbos Region. 3, Ukahlamba Drakensberg Park. Mahle kakhulu, and ama-foreign tourists kanye nathi as South Africans sithanda kakhulu ukuvakashela lama sites or attractions. Then siqhubeke bafundi. Reasons for the growth of tourism industry are as follows. 1, increased disposable income. Most people are working, they earn the income. Part of the income, they use it for traveling. 2, less working hours, so people do have sufficient time to travel. Thanks to BCEA, Basic Conditions of Employment, usize kakhulu with proper working hours. So abantu, they now have enough time after work ukuthi bavakashe. 3, an awareness of leisure and recreation. We are now aware, we have the knowledge. Sesifundisiwe, siyazi manje ukuthi kubaluleke ngani for us to travel. Kubalulekile ukuthi simthole lo leisure time, recreation time, sizokwazi ukuthi siphumuze our bodies. Nengqondo nje yethu ke ithole ukuphumula. 4, improved transport, communication and accommodation facilities. Hayi, ngeke sisakwazi ukucomplaina lapho. I-transport yethu nje has improved kakhulu. So asenayo i-excuse of not traveling. 5, increased advertising and promotion of tourism by the media. Hayi bayazama kakhulu, kakhulu, kakhulu. I-media isize nje kakhulu in advertising tourism and also promoting tourism. Remember, in South Africa, size sibeke nje uSeptember as tourism month. Ipronyotshwa nje kakhulu tourism ngoSeptember, even the government. 6, enjoying the benefits of travel and holidays. We are also aware there are benefits esiwatholayo when traveling and also when using ama-holidays ethu. Kuze kunama organizations akhona aspecialize nje ngokuthi akhona ama-holiday, then let us travel. Sithe kubalulekile ukuvakasha ekuqaleni, kumnandi kuhle, for enjoyment, ukuzijabulisa nje, and also ukuphumula kulama challenges esibhekene nawo. The last one, easily obtainable of foreign exchange. We do have foreign exchange markets, maningi now. So buying or exchanging one currency into the other currency, it is no longer a problem. Siyakwenza, and kwenza kube lula ke ukuvakasha to various places of the world. Siphinde sikhumbuleke bafundi ukuthi tourism ithande ukuthinteka due to i-COVID-19 pandemic. I-question nje engaphuma le, sibheke kakhulu, silandele kakhulu using media. We need to understand ukuthi ishayike kanjani and ingasukuma kanjani futhi, because igciwane siyabona liyehla. Then what can we do now as a country for tourism to grow again? Siqhubeke bafundi to the benefits of tourism. Benefits of tourism. The following are benefiting from tourism. 1, households, private individuals. Tourism benefits a household's prosperity, wealth in 3 ways. 1, earning of income. More people earn salaries and wages because of additional job opportunities which are provided by tourism. Remember, tourism is labor intensive. Therefore, it employs a large number of households who are in need of work. As people or as households are employed by the tourism sector, they earn the income and they use the income to survive. Infrastructure which is built for tourists is also available for both tourists and also for local people to use. Skills. A variety of skills is also used and required in the tourism industry. Apart from the households benefiting from tourism, businesses. Tourism has many benefits for the business sector. The economic and basic services required for tourism is provided by the public sector. Tourism needs superstructure, which consists of businesses that provide accommodation, providing transport, build attractions, retailing, and recreation services. Umubuka nje bantu abaningi amabhizinisi amaningi eSouth Africa are making money because of tourism. Most businesses ayakhula because of tourism. These superstructures are normally supplied by the private sector, and the building and running of the superstructure, it makes the profit. Public and private sector partnership, the PPPs, are also used to develop tourist destinations. There are also many informal and less traditional opportunities for tourism benefits, and they serve as a stepping stone for the previously neglected groups in tourism. Tourism also stimulates certain socio as well as economic objectives, such as entrepreneurship development. We have Black economic empowerment, as well as the SMEs. Asizakale kakhulu ngokuba khona kwe-tourism. Number 3, it is the government. The main revenue for governments to benefit from tourism is through the levying of taxes. The government charges taxes and the government earns the income, meaning also the government is benefiting from tourism. These taxes have a dual purpose. One, to recover the external cost, to compensate the host community for providing the infrastructure. Remember, this infrastructure is mainly provided by the government. 2, to raise the revenue. Tourists are seen as part of the overall tax base. An example, airport departure taxes and hotel tourism levies increase amount of tax which is collected. So the government also benefits ngokuba khona kwe-tourism. The last benefit is infrastructure development. South Africa as a country benefits from tourism because all infrastructure built to support tourism becomes an asset to the country. As a result, residents and visitors enjoy adequate and well-maintained physical and basic services from infrastructure. The Department of Transport prioritizes economic infrastructure, spatial development initiatives, and economic corridors. They also focus on tourism. And public and private sector partnerships, PPPs, are also used for the development of infrastructure. Tourists require social infrastructure. Ambulances, medical clinics, police protection services, and information services are examples of the social infrastructure which is developed in South Africa to assist tourists and tourism as a whole. And if this is improved and maintained, it becomes a national asset of the country. So these are the benefits of tourism which are important laphaya ku section B. Remember, sibuyele emuva bafundi, obani laba benefitayo kwi-tourism? Sithe are the households, are businesses, the government, as well as the importance of developing infrastructure in order for tourism to grow and also for tourism to improve and also to develop. Siwazike bafundi lama benefits of tourism. Ayokusiza kakhulu ukuthi wazi ukuze uzokwazi ukuphendula if ephumile kwi-question paper yakho. Asimela ke for today bafundi. Next time sizoqhubeka siqede i-tourism, sesibheka other topics, and also sesibheka futhi kuma question papers ethu, previous question papers ethu. Ama questions nje aphumayo nanokuthi how to answer lawo ma questions ngendlela efanele. Thank you.
Siyanibonga ngokufunda nathi. Siyanimema ukuthi nithamele futhi nakusasa. Ningazithola lezi zifundo ekhasini lethu lika Facebook elithi Go Digital SA Foundation na ku YouTube elithi Go Digital SA Foundation. Ziyatholakala na ku Khosi FM njalo ngoLwesine kusukela ngo9 kuya ku10 ebusuku. Ningasithola nango WhatsApp kwinamba yethu ethi 068 151